My name is Shawn Schenk, and this is my Building Leadership Practicum portfolio. Here's my table of contents. Personal introduction. I'm the proud husband of my beautiful wife Jill of 13 years and the father of 3 children. It'll be 4 in September. My oldest, Calvin, is 7. My middle child, Clark, is 4, and Faith is 2. And we're expecting another daughter in September. I love spending time with my family, being involved in our church, working out, and watching sporting events. I have a bachelor's in mathematics education from Oklahoma Baptist University. I'm in my 17th year in education. I taught upper level math and was a head boys basketball coach in public schools for my first 15 years. Then last year I took on a new position in a private Christian school. This year I hold 2 administrative positions at the school as the athletic director and dean of students, as well as still the head boys basketball coach. My goals during this practicum are unique since I'm currently an administrator. One of my goals is to provide concrete documentation of a small portion of the administrative duties and activities that I've been tasked with. This practicum will also allow me to reflect on the many activities, projects, and committees that I'm involved with, and subsequently to grow as an effective school leader as I continue in these positions in the coming years. My philosophy statement: a successful leader embodies the ideals set forth in the ISLIC standards. Successful administrators develop, implement, sustain, monitor, evaluate, and revise a shared vision and mission that ensures the success of all students. They also implement and oversee a school culture and instructional program that is personalized, motivating, and rigorous. They ensure and promote professional growth in all staff members. Building leaders are successful when they establish a learning environment that is safe, efficient, and effective for all students, faculty, and staff. They have a clear understanding of and appreciation for the diversity within their community and are able to use this insight to foster positive relationships among students, faculty, and community members. Effective school leaders display integrity and fairness through ethical behavior and interactions. They also stay current in the latest educational leadership trends and research, as well as political decisions that affect student learning, in order to tailor their leadership methods to best meet the individual needs of all students. Ultimately, effective school leaders use their position, authority, knowledge, and resources to empower students to succeed. The dominant issue at Crossings Christian School, which impacted my entire practicum, centers on the school's rapid and continuing growth. We're experiencing tremendous growth in our school population. In 15 short years, we've grown from a student body of 40 elementary students housed in a church basement to over 1,000 students in a campus that includes multiple state-of-the-art educational buildings and sports complexes. Currently, we're in the beginning phase of another multi-million-dollar building campaign. This school growth has impacted all areas of the educational environment at Crossings. This rapid growth has necessitated the addition of staffing positions in all areas of the school. It has led to revised and new policies and procedures. The growth has impacted building needs and the budget. It has had an effect on the overall climate of the school. While this growth and change is a wonderful thing, it has presented many challenges. The activities I have included in this practicum provide a small glimpse into my involvement in this growth. First district activity is I spoke at a board meeting. As the Dean of Students and Athletic Director, I report to the board several times throughout the year, and on this occasion, the focus of my report was on the role as I play as a Dean of Students. They also wanted to know some of the things that were going on in the athletic department. And I've included board meeting, the agenda from the board meeting. Second activity is I've been part of the Culture and Ed Committee. This committee consists of parent, board, and administrative representatives. We meet monthly to discuss specific cultural issues that impact students, academics, faculty, curriculum, and policies at Crossings. I have really enjoyed being part of this committee as we address issues that our students are dealing with, and we look at these from a biblical worldview and how our school can address some of those issues. I'm also in third activity as I'm a part of the admissions committee. As a part of this committee, we read and examine applications of potential students, and based on our findings during this review, we then conduct interviews with prospective students and their families. Admin meetings is my fourth district activity. The admin meetings consist of lower, middle, and upper school administrators. We meet weekly to discuss global issues and their impact on Crossings. These range from the week's activities to policy evaluation and implementation as we work to ensure the success of all of our students. It's been neat to see the incredible amount of time that our admin takes as they work through the vision of our school, and it's been great to get a behind-the-scenes kind of look at all the work that goes into running a school. Fifth activity is being a part of a building committee. We just recently opened our middle school, well, just this year, opened our middle school building, and we are now looking at trying to build a playing gym for our high school for basketball, wrestling, volleyball, and we're also building a fine arts facility for band and orchestra, debate, drama, all the people that would use our fine arts. So the building also has a wrestling room and a cheer room, which we desperately need. So it has a lot of space, has a kitchen for us to eat lunch, which is a huge need for us right now, and I've included a drawing of that facility. Elementary activity, the first one is the elementary admin meetings. I sat in on an elementary admin meeting. The discussion centered on year-end activities, increased academic rigor, and achievement testing that was occurring in the coming weeks, and I've included that agenda there. Second activity in the elementary is development and revision of lower school emergency plan. I worked with lower school administrators, our school and church security personnel, the headmaster, and also some emergency professionals, so like firemen and police officers. And we revised the many aspects of the lower school emergency plan. These include, of course, tornado and fire drills and intruder drills. And I've included the plan there. Third activity was something that I spearheaded during KISS Week. KISS Week stands for Nights in Service of the Spirit. And the mission of part of the mission of our school is to create Christ-centered servant leaders. And so we have a week every year where we do service projects. One of the things that I spearheaded here was at the lower school. We had a family drive night where we brought different things for the Infant Crisis Center here in town. And this is a picture from that night with my kids as we're preparing and setting up for that night. Fourth activity is recess mentoring and monitoring. I've done this several times, but I go out to the recess area, the playground area, and interact and play with some of the lower school kids. Obviously, playground time is a time to learn about qualities such as kindness, sharing, positive conflict resolution, and sportsmanship. Fifth activity is carpool mapping. With the addition of the new middle school building, our existing carpool map needed to be revised, and so a team of administrators met with security and traffic mapping professionals to create the most efficient and safest carpool map. And this is the drop-off portion of that map. High school activities, I'm the scheduler of facilities. We use a platform or website called ServiceU. All requests for athletic facilities come through my office. I have my secretary input those requests, and then I approve all requests after looking at needs and availability and prioritizing the needs. Also, I've created several protocols for different events going on at the school. I was tasked with creating the protocol for dances and themed events, for behavioral standards, guidelines, and rules for our students. Spent some time researching various other schools similar to ours and checked to see what their guidelines were. I used this research along with ideas from myself and fellow administrators and a team of parents to come up with this protocol. And I've attached the protocol here. Another protocol that I created was a dress guideline. And again, just some of the same people, different group of parents, but some administrators, and we all looked at some different schools and also came up with our own ideas to come up with what we thought was appropriate dress from a biblical perspective for our school. We created music guidelines as well. We'd had some situations where cheer and a routine had used some music that was probably not appropriate at our school, so we wanted to create some guidelines for what would be appropriate music, and did that with the Dean of Fine Arts at our school, and again some parent involvement to come up with some guidelines for music. Fifth activity is create a protocol for textbook and literature selection and adoption. We create a protocol that discusses how we will do textbook adoptions, what kind of literature our summer reading list will include, and what type of literature will be approved for studying in classrooms in our libraries. And that document is attached. I create a protocol for football game days. I was tasked with this responsibility. This protocol affects all parties who help our football games run smoothly. This includes volunteers, staff, officials, and the opposing team. Protocol makes sure there's a procedure and method in place for everything from the sound booth to the concession stand to gate workers to officials' locker room. It is a huge on these big events that these things go well. And so we've created protocols for that for our football game day. The next one is protocol for our baseball game days. Part of my role as the Dean of Students is planning senior trip, and we're taking our kids to Disney, and this is just an itinerary. I've spent time brainstorming, doing budgeting for the trip, organizing travel, meals, and activities, fundraising for the trip. It's obviously essential that this trip is well planned and well thought out because our parents are entrusting their kids to go on this trip. So it should be a fun time. We're looking forward to it. At the beginning of the year, I organized and led a senior class retreat. This entailed planning and securing activities and meeting facilities. We did a ropes course, and kind of throughout the day, we talked about some expectations for our seniors in the coming year and how they can leave a legacy at Crossings and kind of our expectations for them as leaders. Huge part of my job is interviewing and hiring coaches. In doing this, I post current coaching position openings on job boards, I network to find coaches, and I make many phone calls. I've perused countless resumes and conducted many interviews as I've hired many new coaches to fill the new and vacant roles that we may have. And as a growing school, we've had many of those. So I've just included here a resume, took off the name of the person, but just included a resume. Create athletic budget. So as the athletic director, it's my responsibility to create a budget for each for the overall athletic department, and then also have each coach create a budget for his or her sport. This to include income and expenses. Then we collaborate, review, revise, and create the budgets for the upcoming year. I then assess each sports budget with the overall budgetary needs of the school, and then we have to revise those to kind of obviously get everything narrowed down to fit into the budget. So this was a huge learning process, and a lot of work goes into this, into the budgeting process. Next activity I deal with is the Booster Club. I'm the liaison between the Booster Club and basically our administrators. We have bi-monthly booster meetings and just some random situations and things that come up every week. I'm involved in all booster activities and requests that coaches may have for the Booster Club. All parent groups are super important to our school and help accomplish the mission of our school, but it's important that I manage them and keep them kind of focused on the mission of our school and help mitigate any issues and things that come up. I've also I supervise an administrative assistant of mine, so this is my first time I ever have a secretary or administrative assistant. I've created her job description. I meet with her weekly, assign tasks, assess her performance, and I'm interviewing for this position again for the third time. Already in 1 year, I've just had some different changes in the job description and people who have had different things come up in their life where they can no longer do the job. But it's been great to have a secretary. I've learned a lot in having one, and I'm still learning about how to use one effectively. Also supervise the drug dogs when they come through. We work with a group called Providence. The drug dogs come through in the parking lots, always in lockers, and have to supervise them if they hit on any things. Then we meet with those students and go through whatever the drug dog hit on. Thankfully, we have had no issues this year, which has been a great and hopefully is a great deterrent for our students. 15th activity is I've collaborated with administrators and emergency responders to assess our emergency plan here at the upper school, and I've included that plan there. My summary reflection you can see here is my first year in being an administrator, and so learned a lot, and I don't have a whole lot of time here to go through those, but you can see them here as my explanation stage, and my actual experience did differ from my prejudgments quite a bit, and especially in terms of time commitments, and the amount of time that my two jobs have taken has just been crazy. So here's my conjecture, the analysis stage, which I'd love for you to read, the synthesis stage, just all the things that I've learned this year has been tremendous, and it's been a lot of time. Here's my annotated bibliography, continued, my summative evaluation form signed by my headmaster, and I believe that is it. I have loved it. Thank you to everybody who's helped me with this. all my professors thank you. It was a great experience.